Josslyn Jacks on the ABC soap opera General Hospital, first appeared on the show on November 4, 2009. Over the years, different actresses have played Josslyn, including Jamie Leah Willett, McKenna and Carly Larson, and Eden McCoy, who has continued to play the role since October 14, 2015. Josslyn has been involved in several major storylines, dealing with family problems, romantic troubles, and dangerous situations related to the mob world. Recently, her life was turned upside down when her boyfriend, Dex Heller, was murdered. The storyline of General Hospital revolving around Dex's death has fueled rumors among soap fans that Josslyn might leave the town of Port Charles. Her grief and sadness have made the fans question, is Josslyn leaving General Hospital? However, these rumors remain unconfirmed, as neither the show nor Eden McCoy has made any announcements about the character's presumed exit. For now, Josslyn remains an integral part of the unfolding drama. Josslyn Jacks is at the heart of emotional and suspenseful developments on General Hospital, grappling with grief, suspicion, and the fallout from her loved one's actions. The pain of Dex's death is clear as she carefully packs his things, looking at old photos that remind her of their close connection. This emotional scene shows Josslyn struggling with Dex's death and seeking closure. Her grief leads her to push for justice, frustrated with the PCPD's lack of progress. She believes Dex could have made a difference and wants accountability. The discovery of a mysterious gun in Dex's drawer adds a twist, suggesting he may have hidden secrets. Josslyn is left to reconcile her love for him with the dangerous world he was part of. Her near decision to load the weapon reveals the depth of her frustration and her desperate search for answers. This moment prepares Josslyn to take on a key role in solving a bigger mystery, while also handling her emotions. Meanwhile, on General Hospital, Josslyn decides to stay alone at Dex's apartment to deal with her sadness, even though her close friend Trina tells her to reach out for help, highlighting her inner struggle. But when she finally agrees to go with Brennan to the hospital, it reveals her inner conflict between wanting to be alone and needing her family, especially as Michael is in a critical condition. There's also a hint of future tension between Josslyn and Willow, as Josslyn's strong loyalty to Michael and her doubts about Willow's intentions could lead to a heated argument. All of this builds a complex and emotional story, setting the stage for more intense and dramatic moments for Josslyn. Josslyn John Jacks, the much-loved daughter of Jasper Jacks and Carly Corinthos, first appeared on General Hospital in 2009 under dramatic circumstances. Her birth followed a harrowing ordeal where her mother was held captive by Claudia Zachara, who intended to kidnap Josslyn to compensate for her own loss. Thanks to her half-brother Michael, Josslyn was saved, and her arrival into the world marked the beginning of a life filled with love, challenges, and dramatic twists. As a young girl, Josslyn faced serious health issues, including kidney cancer, which required a transplant after the death of Jake Weber. She also went through custody battles and kidnappings, including one planned by her uncle Jerry Jacks. Despite the chaos, she found happiness through her bond with her late grandmother, Lady Jane, and her time at Lillis Kids Camp. In her teenage years, Josslyn experienced many highs and lows. She had a close friendship with Spencer Cassadine, a crush on Cameron Weber, but her most emotional experience was her relationship with Oscar Nero when Oscar died from cancer. It deeply affected Josslyn and helped her grow into a kind and strong person. Over time, she dealt with betrayal, loss, and love, all while discovering herself and what she wanted from her life in Port Charles. On GH, Eden McCoy's Josslyn was already mourning the death of her boyfriend when her brother was critically injured. General Hospital Eden McCoy Josslyn is no stranger to playing grief and heartbreak. Long before Joss' lover, Dex Heller, was killed last month, she had to grieve for Oscar Nero, her first serious love interest, who succumbed to a cancerous brain tumor in 2019. But now, not only is McCoy bringing Joss' devastation over Dex to life, but the character has suffered another epic blow. Her brother Michael is clinging to life after being severely burned in a terrible accident. The tragedies, notes McCoy, are back-to-back for Josslyn, and the news about Michael comes at a very devastating time for her. Obviously, she is already reeling from the first loss, the death of Dex, And now dealing with the potential loss of Michael just adds to the frustration, adds to her anger, adds to her feeling of like, what the hell is happening? While Joss was grieving for Dex alone, her upset at the possibility that Michael not pull through is one she is sharing with those in her inner circle. I really enjoy sharing that pain with who I get to work with, my family on the show, McCoy says. For Josslyn to be with her family through this is really important, as devastating as it is. The loss of Dex is obviously the biggest loss to Josslyn, but the potential loss of Michael is much more about community. I think there's a tiny bit of her that's like, okay, well at least I'm not alone. At least I have my mother and our other family members that love Michael, and are close to Michael, and know him so well. Summoning up so much pain day after day as the storyline unfolds was emotionally taxing for McCoy. She admits it was a very, very dark few weeks. It was horrendous to film. I did not have a blast filming all of this. Filming all of this stuff back to back was really hard. And then while I was filming it, it was the 1-year mark of my mom Natasha McCoy, who passed away in November 2023 from cancer dying. So I was already a mess personally, and I was getting called in to work to grieve. I was like, I can't escape it on either side of my life. There were definitely a lot of real moments for me over the course of filming these episodes. As much as it sucked to do, McCoy also acknowledges it was a cathartic experience. And selfishly as an actor, I was kind of like, well, I feel horrible already, so let's just kind of get all of this out. I was like, at least I have something to do with all of these feelings right now. The actress says that she had been bracing herself to tap into her own real-life experience with grief from the moment she was first told of GH's plan to script Dex's death. I wasn't scared about where it would leave Josslyn storyline-wise. The scary part was much more personal stuff. It was more like being scared to go to work with the grief of everything that I'm living with as Eden, and having no choice but to access and open up those wounds, and those parts of me to do the story justice. Because that's my job. McCoy muses that after her mother's death, I think for a long time, my job could be used as a distraction, or an escape from what was going on in my life, and what I've lived with, which served its purpose and was great, but this storyline turn was kind of just looking me right in the eye, at a lot of stuff that Eden was going through, and that was new, and like I said, that was really scary. I had a lot of anxiety filming certain things that just simply would not have been there had I not gone through the extreme loss and life changes that I have in the past year. She explains, a lot of my own personal grief is just now coming out to play because my initial shock has worn off, and I was marking the anniversary of her death date. There were so many weird coincidences and back-to-back moments between my life and Josslyn's life at the same time that I found extremely anxiety-ridden and overwhelming, but also really beautiful. There's a good and a bad to everything, you know? But it was a challenge to go to work and do all that, and then take it home every day for a while there, and then knowing I have to go and do it again tomorrow. But that's life, the actress continues. It's just a lesson in that that's how things go. Unexpected things happen to me and unexpected things happen to Josslyn. McCoy's grief journey in the wake of the loss of her mother did give her confidence in her ability to bring truth to her work as Joss navigates life after Dex and faces the prospect of her brother dying as well. She shares, when we were doing the Oscar story way back when, I remember saying all the time, wow, I have so much pressure on me, because I hadn't lost anyone close to me in my life. That was years ago now, and I was like, how am I going to do this justice? Because so many people have gone through something like this.